Oops, that was my fault. Let me restart it. Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? That was Crazy Looks with XIII, if you were wondering what the song is. Good morning, everybody. This is an early stream for me. Got other music playing too. This is an early stream, so good morning, geeks, horror fans, Friday the 13th peoples out there. You guys have heard it, most of you, yesterday on the Twitter. The beta is coming soon, you guys. And let me get my sound on for ambience. There it is. So, yes, let me get that window out of the way. Okay, now we're good. So, welcome everybody. Let me get everybody a shout out in here. Gabe, Bum, Robbie Richards, The Real Selects, Jeremy, I am sorry if I read you guys' name twice, Ryan Martin, Weed Freak, Jacob Redman. What is going on? After this long wait, it begins. It begins, you guys, very soon. You have no idea how excited I am. So, yeah, you guys, I will go ahead and post the worksheet up. Just let me walk in here and sit down. Most of you have already seen it. All right, give me a second to get that up there. I actually forgot to load it in OBS, so it'll take a quick second. Let's see, what did I name it? Oh, I might have to go download it again. Hold on, you guys. Give me a moment. I must have saved it somewhere where I didn't want to save it. So how is everybody doing today? What time is it on your corner of the world? Hold on, you guys. I'm having to re-download this because I don't know what I say, where I saved it the first time. Okay. Now I got it. Okay, so there we go, you guys. Those are the dates. Most of you have seen this already, I'm sure. Let me... 10:39. Okay, so most of you are on my time zone. So Corey Thull is 1 hour behind. What time am I going to be playing on Sunday? Wait, what's Sunday? Sunday the 20th? Oh, Sunday is the 18th. Okay, for the Friends and Family. Well, the Friends and Family, you guys, I will be playing the Friends and Family, but unfortunately, I do apologize. I will not be able to stream that one. I won't be able to stream until the 20th, and that is on Tuesday. That beta is open for everybody to record, post videos, whatnot. So, I mean, if you guys want to talk about anything, too, other than the beta, feel free. Theories that you guys might have had, all that good stuff. And we can talk about it. Some people had some really good theories about what's going on with Tommy Jarvis, you guys. Like, I've heard some really nice ones. I think Fatal Fox, if he's anywhere nearby in the chat, had the best theory. Yeah, you guys, you can't, if you're playing, if you guys are gonna be... Uh-oh. Somebody has subscribed, and I couldn't see it because the image is over everything. I'll put the image at the bottom. Right there, okay. Whoever subscribed, thank you for subscribing. No, Tommy won't be an NPC, but calling him in, that I do believe, because that was at the beginning of the video with so with another counselor you call him in, but I doubt he's an NPC, you guys, because he was like kind of announced as a playable. I think they wouldn't make Tommy to be an NPC. There's gonna be no NPCs in the game, you guys, except for the cops, but they're in their car, so they're not really. I wouldn't count the cops as an NPC. I just think of the cops as a funnel for escape. They're not gonna come into the environment and affect the gameplay. They're just there as a means of escape. So you have to run to the cops. The cops aren't gonna come in and, now that would be cool though. I mean, that would be rad. That'd be pretty rad if the cops actually came in and as AI. But that's, I mean, they wouldn't be able to do that yet. That's probably something that would be added like later down the road. But that would be kind of cool if the cops arrived and then like maybe if just 2 cops came out and started searching. But I know for a fact, you know, that they're just an escape funnel for it. Because people have asked that question in the forums, you guys, multiple times. And Ben has stated that the cops are definitely, they're just a funnel. They're a funnel for escape. They're an escape route. You have to make it to them in order to survive. Sleepless. What is sleepless? You guys, it's Mr. T's birthday yesterday. Give him a shout out, Mr. Terrivel. Mr. Terrivel. That's what I call him, Mr. Terrivel. Give him a shout out, you guys. He turned 22 yesterday. Appearance says, is it random every match who gets to play Jason, or can you choose the killer and survive a role before the game? I'm not too sure, Appearance. I would imagine that, I know it's random. That much I know, that when you play Jason and the counselor, it's all randomized. So if it's going to be anything like the game Evolve, you guys, basically you would pick who you wanted to be, I think, on both sides, and then there was like an invisible dice is rolled that you can't see, and then once every player has picked who they want to be, I'm guessing on both ends, then that invisible dice is rolled. One person is picked to be Jason, and then everybody else is whoever I guess they picked to be. But that's how it was in Evolve, and I think they're going with that kind of same approach. Now, I would like it if I could just, if I wanted a day where I wanted to just be Jason all day, I would like to have that kind of day, you know? So that's because, I don't know, that's just me. But however they're going to do it, you guys, is how we're going to have to, you know, cope with it. But if it's like Evolve, yeah, you won't. If you're going in and you're wanting to do a full day as just Jason, it might be kind of difficult, I would imagine. But Jonas Wilson has just subscribed. But all right, let me get the beta dates down for right now. Let's walk around a little bit while I'm answering y'all's questions. Chicken on Biscuits, you know the studio's name. If you don't know what Gun Media and Ilphonic is by now, then you've got some issues. You've been watching all these cabin videos and you're just now asking me who the studio that makes the game is? Chicken on Biscuits, I am gonna put you in jail with a no get out of jail free card. You will not pass go. You will not collect 200 gil. Trenton the Great, I did this live stream while you were in school just to make sure to piss you off, cause that's what I do. It's my job. Oh, Nick Martin, I think it's pretty safe to say that this virtual cabin is not on the front of their mind right now. It's pretty safe to say you will not see any more updates on it, at least for now. At least for now. Not until they're done with the beta. They are 100% on the beta right now. The way they've been talking and posting pics, you guys, yeah, the virtual cabin is taking a major backseat for right now. Yeah, they will charge all cards by the 20th. Definitely. Because that's when the beta is going to be. Bartos, thank you for subscribing. Zat USA. Or US, I didn't see that last part. But you guys, this time I have no new information other than the beta date. You can see that in the description. Also in the picture, I'll post it on and off. This is all about you guys this time. So ask questions. I am 100%. There's no new pictures, so this might be kind of a short stream. I am 100%. It's you guys running the engine of this chat this time. Yeah, until they get the beta settled, you guys, and get their game settled, the virtual cabin is not a priority right now. They have a very small team of about 12 people, you guys. I mean, you guys think, I know some of you didn't know, but this team working on this game is very small. They are not a big group of 60, 70, 80, 100 plus people. You're talking about a family of 12 here. Or less. You know? So they're trying to do what they can where they can. There are no more movie nights, you guys. To answer your question, 96 Kentucky. What are Jason's abilities? I can't really answer. Well, the abilities from the E3 demo, if you guys remember, if they're still intact. Hold on a second. I'll scroll up and read the other questions. But okay, starting with the abilities, if from the E3 demo, you guys, Jason's abilities, one of them was teleport. So I'm guessing, here's how I'm thinking the teleport might work, you guys. Depending on a counselor's fear is how Jason's going to, as we discussed before, is how Jason's going to pick up on a counselor. So you guys have to like keep your counselor safe, keep your counselor in a good situation. Don't put them in the dark. Don't run around in the woods maybe with your flashlight off, or you know, when you need to basically act how you would act in real life, because whenever you are getting scared, chances are your counselor is getting scared as well. So if you're uncomfortable, chances are your counselor's going to be uncomfortable as well. So in the E3 gameplay, going off of what I just said, you guys, I'm thinking the teleport ability might kind of function in terms of also getting around the map, one thing, but I'm sure Jason, the more scared somebody is, you know, then that's how he's going to be able to home in somebody home in on you, you know, while you're playing. So you have to like just keep yourself safe. But his abilities, the ones that we saw in the E3, you guys, teleporting, rage, I don't know how he gets pissed off, but he's going to get pissed off, and I guess it's going to last for a while. But he gets pissed, and he goes into rage, and I guess that's an ability you can activate, and he can break down doors, and he can break through some walls. I don't know what kind of walls right now, because I haven't seen it, but yeah, so he gets really pissed. I don't know if he can walk faster. Maybe he can walk faster. I don't know. But, and another ability, what was the other ones? I don't remember. What were the ones from the E3, you guys? There was rage. There was teleporting. And I think that's might have been all we seen. But yeah, I'm sure there'll be more. Teddy in Japan, what's going on? I think that's just a video. The Tommy Jarvis video was just a video, you guys. Like, that's just the wind and stuff you hear is probably edited in the video. It's for presentation. That's all that was. That's not gameplay. If it is part of the gameplay, it's just a quick cutscene with him coming in, and then you go into gameplay. The wind is probably something that was inserted, possibly. I don't know. But it was a video. You can do a lot of things to videos, you guys, so that's what we'll have to go off of for there. Oh, yeah, you guys. The controller works in the virtual cabin, so there's no reason why it wouldn't work in the game. I'm sure they're on top of that, you guys. They're not going to throw you in the beta with no controller, especially if they know you. They know a lot of people use controllers, obviously, because the virtual cabin came out immediately with controller controls. Teddy, in Japan, yes, the trees move. Trees tend to do that. Trees move sometimes. That's what happens when the wind blows. I can't comment on that. Justin Creech, the friends and family, that is for the early Kickstarters. I think it's for anybody that was basically on their Kickstarter, not their slasher backer. I don't know if it's the slasher backer, you guys, so don't quote me on that, but I think it's only the Kickstarter folks. I'm not sure exactly what friends and family is, but I'm pretty sure I didn't read too much up on the answers to that, but I'm pretty sure it's all the Kickstarter folks. Don't quote me on that. That's my guess. I mean, that would make sense. But I mean, you should know if you're on friends and family. I'm pretty sure if the friends and family is there, I think you know if you're gonna be on it. My phone is going crazy, y'all. I apologize about that. I don't know who in the hell is trying to send me a message. Let me check, and then let me cut my phone off after that. Okay. Oh, the music just died, you guys. There we go. Teddy in Japan, I've watched the video many times. I know what you're talking about, but I really don't know why that's a problem for you. Teddy is very unnerved, you guys, about the trees blowing in the Tommy Jarvis video. Oh, you guys. Sometimes I wonder about you. I see. Oh, yeah. I saw your Jason meme appearance. How do you get the beta? You will, if you did not pre-order the game, you guys, make sure you pre-order it, because that's the way you're going to get the beta. That is the way to get the beta. You must pre-order the game. And then also, I'm sure that they're going to be giving some out. I'm sure Charmin's going to be giving out some stuff, you guys. I'll probably end up giving out some stuff. Anybody that's really involved, you guys keep an eye on their Twitters. Charmin, me, Friday the 13th, also the developers' Twitters. Make sure you're following everybody, you guys, because on their Facebook, Friday the 13th has a Facebook as well. If you guys look in the description, you'll find Friday the 13th's website. Go on their website. Find their forums, join their Twitter, join their Facebook. Because if you need a beta key, those are going to be the outlets, the social media outlets to keep an eye on. Yes, Teddy in Japan, that's called video editing. Oh yeah, Robbie Richards. You'll get a code. They'll mail the codes out. They haven't mailed any codes yet, I don't think. No, they have not. So, because if they did, people would be playing the game. So, on that day of Friends and Family, that's when they're gonna start sending beta keys out, I imagine. That would be badass, Ryan Martin, but I don't know if they're gonna let you chainsaw Jason. You want Tommy Jarvis to be Bruce Campbell. I see how it is. I see what you're up to. You can pre-order on PS4, you guys, but again, there is no beta on the PS4. There is no beta on any of the consoles, you guys. The beta is PC only. So you can pre-order on the Xbox and PS4 and you'll get a PC beta key, but again, it's going to be a PC beta key. So you just got to make sure that you have the game, or if you have a PC capable of running the game. Somebody explain to Teddy James how video editing works, please. He does not seem to understand. Oh yeah, the game got a lot of backers, you guys. They did really well. Oscar Diaz, nobody really knows how Tommy's gonna work, but I've heard some really great ideas out there. I mean, it's kind of obvious from the trailer. If it works how we saw in the trailer or the teaser, you guys, somebody's gonna call him and he's gonna come. He's gonna come into the match, and I don't know how long he's gonna be there. You know, if there's a time limit on him. I don't know how it's gonna work, but he'll be there. I guess you have to radio in for him. He comes in, and boom. I don't know how hard he is to kill or anything like that because I haven't seen it. Oh, a beta. If some of you don't know what a beta is really... It's to go into the game and find bugs, because there's probably going to be a ton of them. There's going to be a ton of bugs, you guys, and it's our jobs to go in and find the things that are broken. You know, have interactions, you know, like say, you know, we're going to find things like, just to come up off the top of my head, say, I was trying to use a first aid medic spray. Jason grabbed me while I was using the spray, and then everything froze. Or I just died. You know, those kind of glitches is what we're going to be looking for. This is what the beta is not about our luxury sitting down and playing the game, you guys. The beta is not for us to have the game early, and it's not something to tide us over. It is, but in reality, it is not. It's for us to go in there and help the game to become better. Because you guys, when you go into the beta, you're gonna find a lot of things that you don't like necessarily. And that's the thing, is you guys have to go into the beta, find these little things that you don't like, and voice it. Voice it to Gun and Ilphonic so they can fix it. Or they can look at it and see if it's really fair or not and get everybody's opinion on it. So it's for us to go in there and voice our opinion, find bugs, find things that may not be balanced well, and give that back to Ilphonic and Gun Media as best we can in the most appropriate and respectful way we can. And they will look at it. They will see if many people are saying the same thing, and then they will fix the problem once they see all these opinions and the numbers come in, basically. That's what a beta is. It's an unfinished game that you get to go in and basically play test it. Oh, Chicken on Biscuits. Yeah, they got 7 people in there, but the maps are way bigger than Dead by Daylight. When you, I'd imagine, I forget how big they said it was, but I'd imagine that with 7 people in the map, I'm just going to make a prediction, you guys, and say, now, some of you have seen how big the Dead by Daylight maps are. Take those maps, and from what we know, I would say, I'm going to guess like maybe 3 or 4 Dead by Daylight maps, cram them bitches together, the size, and make a bigger size out of it. Like take 3 Dead by Daylights and make a bigger area out of those maps, and that's probably how big it's going to be. So that you can kind of feel and see now, like, because of that, making the map bigger, it could, you know, incorporate 7 people on it. So Jason and the counselors have to go around, you know, looking for, and that's the thing, you guys, that's where it's going to be different from Dead by Daylight. There's not going to be fixing generators, and see, Jason, if he gets to you, you guys, this is the big difference right now. You got to think about when Jason's going to get to you, you're over. That's it. There is no picking you up and carrying you to a hook first, and maybe you can escape. When Jason finds you, and he gets a good hold on you, you're not going to live. You're going to most likely die. So there's going to be a big, I imagine that there's going to be a big, what do you call it? A learning curve when people jump in there. Both for Jason and the counselors. Because it's going to be very different. It's going to be very different. Yes, Jason will be OP. But that's the way Jason is. You just have to, you're gonna have like there's just gonna, I imagine that there's gonna be a learning curve we're gonna get used to. But yeah, am I gonna be playing Dead Rising 4 at some point? Yes, probably not. I wanted to sneak Dead Rising in 4 before Christmas, you guys, but now that the beta dates have dropped, I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think that's going to happen. Well, no, not a large... oh, that's what they said. That's right. It's the maps are going to be the size of like a Battlefield Conquest map. Which those are kind of small, but kind of big at the same time. Are there any differences between Jason other than cosmetic? Right now, I can say that you guys, that they have announced that the early Jasons, they will be running. So, and then the Jasons that are I guess classified as zombie Jason, which is the part 7 Jason, I don't think that one and any Jason after that will be running around. So we will see Jason. So I'm assuming that those Jasons that can run will not have the same abilities that the Jason Part 7 and later have. So I'm assuming that each Jason will play differently and have their own abilities, which would be really cool. Because then you'll have one Jason that can walk after you, like the real Kane Hodder. And then you can have like the earlier Jasons that can run after you. And now I'm not sure how the balancing is going to work on that, you guys, after playing it for a while. Like, my question is, how is the balancing going to work between the counselors with Jason now being able to run after you? Jason, if you don't go away from my front door, I am trying to have a conversation. But yeah. See, that's my question. If he can run, you guys, can he teleport too? I mean, what do you guys think? Is it fair for him to be able to run and teleport? Or do you think teleporting should be just like reserved for the zombie Jasons, aka the Jasons that are not human? basically after he's buried in part 5 or 4. Going back out here, you guys, getting into the quiet spot. All right. Humans versus robots. People said the same thing about Dead by Daylight, and look how it's doing right now. I made the mistake of I played the beta to Dead by Daylight, you guys, and then I didn't think too much of it, and then I left it, and then like 2 weeks later, after it was out, 2 or 3 weeks later, a friend was like, "Hey, did you play Dead by Daylight game yet?" I'm like, "Yeah, it kind of sucked," and then. You guys, I came back, and Dead by Daylight still isn't the greatest thing, but they fixed it from the beta, because I was turned off by the beta. And then, see, that's the thing, you guys, when you go into the beta, you need to keep an open mind. You got to keep an open mind, because I went into DVD's beta with, like, okay, I was like, okay, this is kind of cool, but it's kind of broke, and whatever. So I left it. 3 weeks later, I came back, everybody's playing it. I'm like, oh, well, I guess I missed out. So, and it just takes time. Once they get feedback, you guys, once the feedback is there, that's when they fucking start attacking shit. That's the whole purpose of a beta. And even now, Dead by Daylight still has its problems, and it still has some things that they're just never going to be able to fix, most likely, because that's just how the game runs. So I'm hoping, you guys, that Friday the 13th doesn't have the same problems that they have, that things that just end up can't being fixed. You can't fix them, because that's just the way the game is. But you know, you get so far in that there's a point where you can't turn back and fix anything. But yeah, like the hooks. I don't like hooks. I don't think that's a slasher game, you guys. For me personally, I mean, it's fun. It's a cool gameplay mechanic to hook somebody up, and then you have to run around and try to catch the other 3 before they can start generators and balancing the whole thing. How close to the person on the hook do you stay, as opposed to leaving them and finding other people? Like, there is a head game to Dead by Daylight. There is a major head game there, and it works. It works really well, because you have to stay on top of the survivors, and you have to think one step ahead of them. What are they going to try to do? How convenient is it for them to get this person off of the hook? How close is a generator to the hook? They're not going to come back to that generator, because they're not going to help that person and try to fix this generator. Your mind is active while you're playing Dead by Daylight. It's a good game. It's not, but I personally do not think a slasher game involves putting up somebody on a hook. If you put somebody on a hook, they're gonna die. They're not gonna be able to be pulled off and then continue running around. I'm sure that turned off a lot of people immediately until they started playing it and getting used to it. That kind of turned me off. I'm like, oh, I'm on a hook. When I first played DBD, you guys, and I got put on a hook, I'm like, okay, I'm dead. And then I got down and I was like, really? How am I still running around right now? But after a while of playing it, in our minds, we just get used to it. And we're like, okay, we buy into the fact that we can live after being put on a hook. And that's just how the game mechanics work. But that's why I hope for Friday the 13th to take on a more simulated thing. I hope for it to become a more simulated experience, where if a killer finds you and he gets a hold on you, you're not coming back out. That should scare people a lot, you guys. That right there should be a little bit more scarier than, say, the killer finding you, slapping you, knocking you on the ground, and putting you on a hook. The concept of you only get one life, and if the killer finds you, wherever you're at, if you're hiding in a closet, you're running through the forest, whatever, if the music and everything and the sound effects work just right, you guys, that fear of knowing that if he finds you, you're out, and it's gonna work like your own cinematic experience. That's my prediction. Like, I can't wait. Like, I think it's gonna be big, you guys. I have an inkling about it. if it works right like I have it in my head, you guys, it's going to be a really nice thing. That would be cool, Kilroy, if Jason can set bodies up to maybe like when you open a door or like you walk close to a tree and a body just flops down. Like with some kind of something going on to it, ropes all over it like in the movie Dead Body Flying Through the Window. That would scare the shit out of me. I don't know how they're going to implement that in, you guys, but that would be really cool if Jason could just, here's the thing that I want to happen, you guys. This is what I'm hoping for. And I hope that some way Gunn and Ilphonic can work the mechanic in the game to get people to play this way more often, because I think people should play this way. And maybe the mechanics of the game will have Jason doing this anyway, you guys. But here's a scenario. Let me lay it out. Like, say I'm running around in a cabin by myself. Jason picks up on me. Maybe my counselor got into the cabin too scared, and Jason picks up on me. Like, I want Jason to be able to not just see in Dead by Daylight. What would you do if you found somebody? What are you gonna do? You're gonna go after them until they're dead. I want to see Jason maybe come up and scare the shit out of the counselor that's inside the cabin. Maybe he breaks the door down, busts a window or two, and then goes away. Like, leaves. And then that fucks with the person in the cabin, because now they have no idea if it's safe to go outside. Is it safe to go outside? Can I go out and look around the cabin now? Is he still inside the cabin? Is he outside the cabin waiting for me to leave? Did he actually leave? That is the kind of shit I want to see in Friday the 13th. Those moments. Like, that's a cinematic moment. If I had that moment and Jason just all of a sudden left and the music calmed down, but you're not sure. Like, they need to have it to where the music doesn't quite, you're not sure. There's really no way you can detect it. I mean, the music softens up, but maybe Jason has a perk to where if he stands still, the music goes away. Kind of like the Insidious perk in Dead by Daylight. If he just sits back and relaxes a little bit and watches from the trees, like he does occasionally, you know, stuff like that. So, and the map size would be big enough to where you could have, you know, you could worry about stuff more. Like, how far did he go? Maybe he did leave me, because there's 7 counselors on the map, you guys. Jason's not, you know, Jason, I imagine, would have to he's not really going to have time to sit there and look for somebody for 10 minutes. Because if it's a 30-minute match and you're sitting around for 5 minutes trying to find somebody in a cabin. Bum, thank you for subscribing. Thank you guys for subscribing just now. I'd imagine that he's going to have to keep moving relatively quickly, you guys. So, yeah, just to have those kinds of moments, those special moments that if you guys record this on YouTube and play it, somebody can watch it and be like, whoa, that was fucking scary, you know? Like, everybody's going to have their own movie experience if they're making it like I think they're making it. Oh, Cyberpunk 2077, yeah. I can't wait to see some footage on that. I don't know if they've shown any yet, but that's definitely a hype game. Bobby Bailey says, if you're getting high or drunk before the match, I think that your character should be affected during the match. Do you mean if I get drunk or high in real life? That would probably affect my match. Although playing the game drunk, you guys, I bet that would make things very interesting. You have a challenge. You'd be like, okay, you guys, tonight we're gonna escape from Jason and we're gonna be drunk the whole time. We're gonna have to do it. We'll have to have a whole counselor group of 7 drunk people. Can 7 drunk people survive Jason Voorhees. Let's see how our brain works. See, that's the thing, you guys. Like, I'm hoping Friday the 13th is a head game. It needs to be. It's going to have to be in order to be very scary. Jason's going to be having to fuck around with the counselors, but the counselors are going to have to be really smart in order to survive. Because I imagine that it's going to take a lot of smarts, or at least to be very fast in order to escape, or, you know, elude him. And you remember, you guys, like, you got to remember each counselor too. There's probably gonna be, like, each counselor is gonna have their own perks, right? That we know, and that you guys have read. So that's gonna be another interesting thing, you know, is how are all the counselors going to work in order to get the parts, fix the car, like all these mechanics working together with, you know, Kenny. Like, Kenny Rydell is the leader counselor, so maybe he's more of he needs to play the leader role. He needs to look out for the other counselors. And there's going to have to be a lot of working together. But the thing is, you guys, see, that's another thing. You're going to be working together, but then you're not going to be working together. Because really, if it only matters if you survive, so... Anime video, what's going on? So yeah, the mechanics of all the survivors working in unison together. It's going to be interesting to see if people work together, you guys. Like, once we start getting into matches, people are going to they're going to want to work together, I bet, at first. They're going to want to. But as the match goes on, I think things might change. Somebody might be making enemies while they play this game, you guys. There's going to be friendships broken. Yep, it's going to happen, I bet. Because you're going to be working together with your best friend. Then Jason comes, and then... Don't take that out of context. And then shit hits the fan, and all of a sudden, it's all about yourself. So... Oh, yeah. Kilroy voice chat, proximity chat will work in game. I'm sure people might be using Discord anyway, but for those of you that want that hardcore, authentic experience, the voice chat is going to be proximity based in the game. So if somebody's, I guess, more than 10 feet, 20 feet away, where you can't see them anymore barely, or they're not in talking range, I'd imagine that'd be like 15, 20. Well, nah, you're like 50 feet away. I don't know. But if they get too far away from you, you're not going to be able to chat with them over voice chat. And some of you were mentioning in some of the pics on Twitter, I think it was the last, some of you were mentioning on the last campfire chat that you saw a walkie-talkie on Bookish Girl's waist. That's interesting, you guys. So that would probably mean that proximity would work, whatever, 50 feet away, and you can talk to people, and if you're playing in game, but maybe if both of you find a walkie-talkie, maybe then you can talk like from all distances. So that's an interesting thing. Pavan Sharma, hold on, you guys, the music. Be quiet, bird. I ain't got no time. Be quiet, bird. Be quiet. I hear you trying to make noise up there. I hear you. There we go. Don't do that appearance. I don't think people would want to play with you if they just heard Darude Sandstorm. I don't think Jason would be impressed if somebody flashed titties at him. He would probably just chop them off. For those of you that are wanting to know the beta here, that did not see it yet, there's the dates. I will keep them on the screen for a moment. Sloppy Bukkake, that's disgusting. Appearance, I don't care. An owl is a bird. So it's a bird. Can you imagine, you guys? See, Ryan Martin just hit a nail on the head. That would be funny. I would be so pissed. If you're trying to hide and somebody starts talking to you through the walk, you know what I would do, you guys? I'd be like, be quiet, be quiet, be quiet, be quiet. You guys, they need to leave that in. They need to make that work somehow. If they can somehow make that work, I don't know how it would be done, but it would be badass. If somebody talks through the microphone, Jason can hear it as like garbled. Maybe he can hear it as garbled voice through the person that's actually wearing the walkie-talkie. So if you're getting in a closet and you have a walkie-talkie, you need to get on there really quick and be like, be quiet, be quiet, be quiet. Don't say anything, please. For the love of God, don't talk. Like, because Jason will hear it. That would be kind of cool. I don't know if they'll stick that in there, because then that would really, because there's going to be people fucking with that. They're going to make noise just so somebody else can get killed. So that's probably not going to happen, because people would just, they'd throw somebody under the bus really easy, especially if it's somebody you've never played with before. Ryan said he'd throw the walkie-talkie out the window. Oh, damn. Or you can turn it off. There you go, Adrian DeAnda. Just have that toggle on-off button. That's perfect. That's a simple fix right there. So when you go to hide, you guys, make sure you're turning your damn walkie-talkie off first. That's a cool idea, you guys. I like it. For Jason to be able to hear the walkie-talkie, that's pretty hardcore. That'd be pretty hardcore. That would be pretty. I'd be like, I am turning the walkie-talkie off now, because nobody's going to fuck with me. Throw me under the bus. God damn it. That's a good idea. You're going to try to find Jason first thing? You guys, if it's as scary as it's going to be, that I have in my head. See, I think that Ilphonic and Gun Media have the same image I do in my head, you guys, when it comes to all this. Because, like, when they were going to bring out the virtual cabin, like, when they brought it out, it was everything I thought it was going to be. So, like, I'm just going ahead and having the same expectations for the game. But, yeah. Oh, you're gonna, oh yeah, getting back to what Appearance said. So you're gonna go find Jason first thing? I don't know. You just want to get it over with and run right into Jason? So yeah, that's interesting. What are you guys going to do when you get into a match first thing, honestly? Are you gonna be like, if it's everything, like, imagine that it's what you had hoped for. I just want to understand, what do you guys want to do when you get in your first match? I mean, obviously you're going to try to play. You're going to try to find whatever you need to find. Kilroy's gonna pee. Look around. That's probably what most people are gonna do, you guys. People are gonna just be thrown in there. Nothing. There's no chains. Probably no. If you're playing the beta, there's probably gonna be no training wheels, you guys. You're gonna be thrown in there with no training wheels. You're gonna have to figure out the buttons. You're probably going to get killed trying to figure out how to escape. But, yeah. And imagine if the beta has no training on it, then that'll be, I want it, I would want it with no training. I just want to go in, no controls, and if I fuck up, then I fuck up. But can I do a tour of the house? Sure. I'm sure that most people are probably just going to scout around as best they can and just explore. That's what I would do. because I wouldn't know what the hell anything is. Oh, you can't really go outside, you guys, in this cabin. This is as close to any water as we can get. And then there's the grave. There is. Now, you guys remember, when the game comes out, it's not going to be in first person like this. It's going to be in third person. This is just, for those of you that have never seen it yet, this is just the virtual cabin. That is Pamela Voorhees' grave. Darren Harrison, no. I'm sure you can come up with a plan, but I think that coming up with a plan is going to be something that won't happen before a match necessarily. Because even in the movies, you guys, there's no way to plan for Jason because he has the ability to teleport. So, I mean, the only thing you can do is come up. You're going to have to MacGyver your way out of a situation. You're going to have to think on the fly, you guys. So, in my prediction is, if Jason's after you, you're going to have to come up with a plan on the fly. So if you can get into a cabin, find a weapon, or find something to do something with before he actually, because you remember, you guys, they have said that Jason will not be able to see you when you're in a cabin. If he's tracking you, if you know he's tracking you, and you run into a cabin, but he's still a distance away and he doesn't have enough time to really follow you in the cabin and get a hold of where you're at, he won't be able to find you in the cabin. So you can either hide or come up, find a weapon, and come up with some kind of idea. Maybe if you want to escape out the back, you know, go into the back of the cabin and jump out a window, or it's all going to be, you're not going to be planning something like, I mean, I guess you could get a group of friends and make this big plan, but chances are it's probably not going to go how you want, and then you're going to have to alter the plan on the fly. It's going to be very in the moment decision making, and like right in the moment decision making. That's what has me stoked about this game, is that you're going to get scared, you're going to be consumed with fear, like for real, and you're going to have to make these quick. The scary part is like, okay, so if you guys think about this, if you wake up in the middle of the night and somebody's breaking in your house, I mean, almost immediately, you know, you're going to get that fear in the pit of your stomach. It's just going to build up and it's going to be fucking immense. But then you're going to have to quickly gather your thoughts and be like, oh, the fuck, what the fuck am I going to do? You know, you need to gather your thoughts and quickly make those decisions, that quick decision making in order to fucking defend yourself and survive. I think that's what's going to be going on in this game. Like, you're going to have those feelings. Like, that's what I'm stoked for. So what do you do when somebody's breaking in your house? You go get a gun, if you have any, then hopefully somebody has a gun in their house. Or you're going to have to grab something to fucking either hit the guy with, or you're going to have to find some way out of the house. So you can just fucking run off, let the dude do whatever he wants to do in your house, and you can run off to another neighbor's house or run off where the fuck, you know, you're going to have these kind of experiences, I think. Oh yeah, the beta screen's still up. Hold on, you guys. Let me get that out of the way. Here, I'll go back outside. I'll look around the whole cabin. Here, we'll start from the back. So you guys have seen all the Jason models, most of you. That is Sackhead Jason from Part 2. But yeah, you guys, it's like those kinds of moments, those are going to be really, like, I think, movie moments for a person. Because, like, see, that's the kind of thing, you guys. Dead by Daylight scares people. Yes, it's scary to play. We've all played it. There's some people that say it ain't scary, but it's scary. You know, when the killer's coming after you and the music gets in your head, it's a creepy experience. But I think it's one layer. In my personal opinion, I think it works. It makes me scared. It amps you up. It gets your stress level up. Good. They completed something. They have one layer of fear there. But I think that Friday the 13th, if they do this right, you guys, and if they take our feedback and they can improve upon it, I think from the beta, I think that it's going to be more layers of fear. It's not just going to be that one layer of fear. It's going to be the Dead by Daylight simple layer of fear of being chased, yes, and caught, yes. But now you're going to have all these other layers of fear on top of that, like I was saying. You wake up in the middle of the night, somebody's breaking in your house. You know, you're going to have more of a fight or flight or decision-making kind of thing going on. That's going to stress people out even more. Kind of like an Alien Isolation, but now it's somebody real coming after you guys. It's not an AI alien. It's a real person that if they see you, if they see the corner of your arm poking out from behind the box, like an alien, it's obvious your head is, when you're looking at the alien half the time, your head is up. Like anybody else playing the alien in real life is gonna come and kill you. They're not gonna walk by like the alien does around a box, and if you circle around the box, he won't see you. No, there ain't gonna be any of that. If your arm is poking out or your head's poking up from somewhere, he's gonna come after your ass. So, yeah, there's going to be more of an intense experience, I think. Oh, the last two costumes, Darren, they're working on those. They're just not in the virtual cabin yet. A lot of the stuff, you guys, is probably not going to be in the virtual cabin for a while because the virtual cabin right now is taking a huge back seat. Because they are in beta mode right now, you guys. They are not in let's update the virtual cabin mode. So, I mean, once the beta is over, they'll probably return and start, you know, putting stuff in the cabin for people. Because I think, I don't know. We'll have to see, you guys. I really can't predict that. They might be really busy after the beta. It depends on all the feedback that they're going to receive from us players. Because that's where their adjustments and stuff are going to have to come in. So they're probably going to be working real hard after the beta is over to make these adjustments, see what they got to fix, test the servers out, how's the servers going to be, you know, all the bugs, all the balancing is going to take a rehaul, and that kind of a process won't stop ever, even while the actual game releases, you guys. If they're a good team, they're not ever going to stop improving it. What's the first thing I'm going to do? I'm going to look around appearance. I'm not going to run over to Jason. I will probably actually legit try to play. Like, I will try to make it like, okay, I like to role play, you guys. So like, especially in a game. So I'll probably play the counselor, how the counselor is meant to be played, or at least I'll try to. Because it's probably going to take a while. That's the thing, you guys. Playing the counselors, there's probably going to be a learning curve because there was a very, 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 you guys, Dead by Daylight, honestly, turned me off when I first started playing it. You know why? Because I didn't understand it. So I jumped in there and thought, oh, I can just run around willy-nilly and everything. Just hide. All I got to do is hide. There's a little bit more to hiding in Dead by Daylight. It's not just about hiding. So I imagine that even in Friday the 13th, you guys, the same thing's going to apply. There's going to be this huge learning curve. So when we jump in with the counselors, we're going to think, oh, we're going to play them like this. But you got to really, I'm sure it's going to be a thing of where kind of, and the same thing happened for White Noise too. You're going to play the people, but you're really going to have to get to know them the same way I got to know Meg Thomas and the same way I got to know Laurie Strode a little bit. But you have to work with them and level them up and earn them some shit, and then you will start to really, you know, start to play well with that person. And I'm sure like then when you switch to the next counselor, it's going to be that same learning curve again. You'll be like, okay, well, I can't do this with them, so I'm going to have to play a little bit more boldly, I guess, or something, you know. There's going to be like a huge learning curve with each counselor, I imagine. So that's cool though. That's a good thing. That's not a bad thing. Nick Martin is going crazy with hype. Nick, 5 more days, man. 5 more days. That's it. Let me put some music back on. I don't know why the music keeps just stopping. All right. So there he is, you guys. Pretty soon, that guy right there. That guy right there. He's going to be doing a little bit more than just walking outside the cabin. Shit's going to be crazy, you guys. I mean, sit here. Imagine Jason if he just started walking up to the door and changed his course and started busting in here right now, you guys. Like, I'm telling you the amount of fear I would feel. And it's probably going to be pretty well done. I don't know how you guys can doubt this game. I mean, it is just the virtual cabin. Yes, we've not seen anything, but I don't know. I just feel something, you guys. I think it's going to be special. Uh-oh, who just subscribed? David Smith. Thank you, David. Welcome to the community. Yeah, see, they want to get the game in you guys' hands. So the longer they work on this virtual cabin, if you want them to do that, they'll work on it. But then that means you're going to be waiting on the actual game for a while. What is that? Al Caceres, thank you for subscribing. Oh, that's because they added stuff to the cabin, you guys. This cabin used to be smooth. They haven't really optimized the cabin, you guys, and that's fine. But it's the reason why it lost its smoothness is it's ever since they did this Halloween update and they stuck all this Halloween stuff in here. That's when it lost. It's because they didn't optimize it, but that's totally fine because they're working on the actual game. So I'm not really concerned about how optimized this trailer or this virtual cabin is. But yeah, the real game, you guys, it'll run a lot smoother than this virtual cabin, 100%. If you're running this virtual cabin on your PC and it runs at least kind of like how mine's running now, or maybe just a tiny bit worse, you should be fine. Because you got to remember, you guys, this cabin is not really that optimized. The beta might not be that optimized either at first, but it should be at least relatively more optimized than this virtual cabin. Oh yeah, you guys, the beta is only on PC only. You can buy the PS4 version and the Xbox version. They will give you beta keys, but it will only be for the PC version. I can't wait to play Jason and kill all of you with my prayers. With my prayers. I know you guys know where I got that from. I am going to grab him by the head and I'm going to rip out his throat and shove this knife in his face with my prayers. With my prayers. So yeah, you guys, I'm still telling you guys, my guilty pleasure Jason is gonna be Sackhead because he's the only one without a hockey mask. So he's gonna be my guilty pleasure for sure. How come it's not on Xbox or PS4? Because it takes a whole lot of work to put a beta on Xbox and PS4, you guys. They gotta go through the people at Microsoft, and then they got to go through the people also at Sony, and there's this very long, dragged-out process. You guys, if they put the beta on the console, you wouldn't see the beta until January. And I don't think you guys want to be waiting that long. There's a process you have to do it. You can't just throw a beta on consoles. You have to go through this really long process, and that's why they did that. It's just a whole lot of complication that they didn't have time for. You have to make sure everything is working, you know, like crazy good or up to standard, up to Sony and Xbox, Microsoft standard. Like Dead by Daylight, you guys, if they had their beta on a console, like if it came out on consoles, their beta would have been delayed by a long time because you guys saw how broken their game was when it came out. But it worked. I mean, that worked. They came out with a kind of a broken game on beta. I'm sure that Friday the 13th will not be as bad as Dead by Daylight's beta. But, yeah, you see how Dead by Daylight's beta was. It was half-assed. But they fixed it within a week, thankfully. A week and a half. But still, yeah, there's a process, you guys. They can't just go willy-nilly doing whatever they want, throwing games up and stuff. There's a picture. Is it a new picture, X-Pro Beast? Like they just posted up one now? Will it rain and snow? Now we've talked about this in a last cabin update discussion, you guys, or not cabin update, but campfire discussion. I think they're planning on that. It won't be something that's on release, but you guys, if they can put rain in, see, this is another gameplay thing though, you guys. If they put rain in, then the counselors can now track mud in the house. So if you come running inside, you're gonna track mud everywhere. Jason's gonna be able to see exactly where you went if you ran into here and if you're hiding in this closet right here, because the tracks will now lead straight to the closet and boom, you're dead. So that would be a thing, you guys. Having rain and lightning, it would amp up the fear levels. It would make the game harder. It would make it a lot more scarier, that's for damn sure. And like you won't be able to hear Jason as well coming up on you in the rain. Like it would be really interesting. But yeah, the whole gameplay mechanic of, you know, mud and making tracks in the mud, but that's a really good idea though. Yeah, rain and lightning would change the mechanics of the map, the balancing immensely, because the counselors are going to be scared out of their mind. They're not going to be able to hear much with the rain. You know, the lightning is going to be very distracting. So, I mean, that's a good thing. Me personally, I wouldn't mind that, but that might throw some people off because now they're going to be scared, like looking around for Jason all over the place, because they're not necessarily going to be able to hear or keep track of his footsteps any longer, that kind of thing. I mean, the music might go crazy, obviously. The music might amp up, which I imagine would happen, but then even still, you got to look through the rain, and and if it's dark, it's going to be like, wow, okay, this is really freaky. Yeah, take your shoes off before you run in the cabin. Yeah, the trees are going to be blowing, and everything's going to be crazy. Oh yeah, X Pro Beats. I've seen it. Then if the picture's that old, then I've seen it. So yeah, okay, you guys. I know I keep saying it. I keep saying it, and I keep saying it. This might be the final cabin update. Or discussion, campfire discussion that we have. Now that we know the dates, you guys, now I can safely say this might be the last campfire discussion, unless something crazy happens. I don't know if any of that. I mean, you guys, we're still going to be doing Friday the 13th. Obviously, this is just the last campfire discussion. The next thing is going to be me playing the game. So we are going to, if you think about it, you guys, think about it. We're going to be exiting this cabin finally, and we're going to be running around out there. And Jason is going to become very angry. And he is going to avenge his mother all the time, continuously, until every counselor that roams these woods in Crystal Lake is dead. Jason's going to be stuck in an eternal cycle of killing for the rest of his life here in this game. Poor Jason. He never got to do anything else with his life, you guys. He's just gonna be stuck here for eternity, mauling people. Doesn't he get tired of that shit? Is he ever gonna get tired of it? I mean, shit. Jason, you need a new hobby, man. You need something more positive. I don't know. Jason loves killing, you guys. I don't think he's about to give it up anytime soon. I don't think he wants to. He doesn't want to give it up. Once somebody has a passion and a hobby, they don't ever want to give it up. Somebody pay Jason to stop killing people all the time. Oh yeah, 3 days. Well, 3 days for the closed beta appearance, but I can't stream that. I mean, friends and family, I mean. That would be cool, X Pro Beats. That would be cool if you could stand like off in the distance and watch somebody try to go up head to head against Jason. Probably not gonna survive. Y'all, I just can't. I can't wait to have. I have all these moments in my. And you guys too. You guys do too. You have all these moments pictured in your head, and the thing is, you guys, if this is right, all those moments that you're picturing in your head, is those possibilities that you might run into in a scenario, and keep it inside of game mechanics, you guys. Don't get too carried away, you know. Don't get too carried away. Keep it simple. It is going to be a beta, but I do think that you guys, like, even in the beta, you're going to be able to have those moments, you know, those moments that you're not going to forget because it's your own moment. Nobody can recreate the moment you just had while trying to either survive or got killed by Jason Voorhees. Like, even if it's just you watching your friend die, like, and then he's coming for you next. That reminds me of the scene, you guys, and if you've watched the behind the scenes of this, of the way the director talked about it, then you'll know. But Friday the 13th Part 6, you guys, the one scene where the two are making out on the blanket, he has the wine, and he's like, sex is a rough thing, it's dirty, I can't, okay. And then they get ready to make out, and then the caretaker gets it in the neck with the bottle. Now think of this in the game, you guys. You're just wandering around, maybe you're with your friend, Jason gets up on your friend, starts chasing him. Or maybe you just happen on it. You just happen on it. Somebody's fighting Jason, you come up on it, you see Jason and the other person, he kills the other person, and then he stops and starts coming into your direction, and that's gonna be scary, you guys. He's done killing that person, which took a little bit, and you watched it from the bushes, and now he's walking in your direction. He might not even see you yet. But that is enough. Just the fact that he killed somebody in front of you and is now walking in your direction, even though he doesn't see you yet, that's probably enough to get most people to get up out of the bushes and start running instead of staying hidden. Because you don't know if he's actually coming for you or not. Like, that's the thing. Most people are probably going to get up and move. Like, even if he was going to walk right by you and not see you. So that's the moments, you guys, that is going to be, those kinds of moments are going to be in this game. You know, like the caretaker, obviously, like I was saying, he gets killed. The guy gets up, goes through the bushes, sees Jason, killing the caretaker, and then Jason stops, turns, and starts coming after him. That is the kind of thing, like, I'm looking forward to. And then it's up to you to make that scenario for yourself to live. Whether it's to go inside of a cabin and try to block yourself in sometime, barricade yourself in for a moment, and then try to leave and escape. I don't know. Like, that's the kind of pictures I got going on in my head. Tommy, I'm not sure about X Pro Beats. I can't really say. There's some people that on the forums have had some really great ideas. I'm sure that I'm thinking that Tommy is going to be called in because you saw the CB radio in the trailer. Let's just go ahead and say the CB radio is how you get Tommy to come in. So thinking on that, you guys, I don't think there's going to be any NPCs in the game because it's not that. They've already said that there's going to be no bots and stuff in the multiplayer, so I'm assuming Tommy's multiplayer. So it's safe to assume somehow when you call him in through this radio, he's going to come in the game somehow. He's going to jump in the game, and then boom, And then there's gonna be I don't know if there's gonna be if you pick him from the menu, if he's a playable character in the menu, but let's go off the CB radio. If that's the way, if he's definitely 100% called in from the CB radio, then he would come in at some point during the match. And I imagine somebody would be playing him, and then boom, there you go. There's Tommy Jarvis. I don't know how he's gonna work or anything like that. But that's my theory. I apologize about that, you guys. The power went off here, but now I'm back. That was a little annoying. So yeah, you guys, I forgot what I was talking about. If you guys said something, go ahead and repeat it, because I know I was talking about that scene. But yeah, those kind of moments where Jason can come after you, yeah, just after killing somebody else, that's going to be frightening, especially if you're by yourself. See, it's going to be a terrible thing, you guys. It's going to be a terrible thing. But you're going to see a lot of people play this game, and the instinct thing is going to go, like, is going to be first. So you're going to love, I think that people are going to love having people around, because it creates that comfort of, I don't have to die first, you know? Like, yeah, people are going to be helping each other and teamworking, but when it comes time and Jason arrives, you guys, it's going to be that moment of, I hope he doesn't catch me first. That's going to be the number one thought. That's terrible, isn't it? But that's how that's how it's going to work. I hope he doesn't get me first. Oh yeah, the way Tommy's gonna appear, yeah. And some of you are saying that there's no guns in it. Yeah, there's guns in the game, you guys. I don't know if the counselors can find them. It might be a Tommy Jarvis only weapon, I'm not sure. But there is definitely guns to shoot Jason with. So yes, to answer your question, human robot, there is guns. And you can shoot him, yes. And there's weapons to hit him with. I don't know how effective each one is, but there is a manner of defense. I don't know what any of this stuff is gonna do, you guys, but we will see. Soon, in just 3 to 5 days, for some of you, 3 days. Crunchy Frog, I am not that mean. Crunchy Frog says, I'm going to be like Dr. Cruz, and I am going to hold somebody else still while Jason kills them so then I can have my escape. I don't know, you guys. I'm going to tell you what, though. That took some balls from Dr. Cruz. I would not stand around. That's a hefty moment, though, especially when you see that shit when you're a kid, you guys. That's hardcore. Holding somebody still so somebody else can kill them, but it's not necessarily you don't like that person. That's kind of fucked up. That's a really fucked up thing Dr. Cruz did. Y'all better not do that shit to me. And then he managed to somehow at least get away for a little bit. After he held her still and let her get killed. He somehow managed to break away. Yeah, Bernie Lomax from Weekend at Bernie's, yeah. He is Bernie, yes. Jason, get out of my ear. What was on the page board on the right? Let's see. Well, you guys, you remember Sheriff Garris. from part 6. He was, what's her name's father. That's his phone number up there if y'all want to call him. Is that what you're talking about? And then there's Halloween pumpkins over here. This was a Halloween thing they stuck in here. You guys, these are actual pumpkins that fans carved out. And it was a Halloween special. And these are the people that won the pumpkin contest. And they got their pumpkins posted up. They put up a lot of pumpkins. There's more in here. Cool little Halloween contest for the fans. I am hyped more to play the Survivor than Jason, you guys, but I don't know. I don't know. Like, and I'll give you the reason why. Being scared. I think it would be a lot more fun, you guys. It's like getting on a roller coaster. When you run around in Friday the 13th, I think there's going to be a different kind of fear going on, because if it's anything like Alien Isolation was, it's going to be that Alien Isolation kind of thing going on, but it's going to be even more scarier, at least for me personally, because it's a real person now. Like, it's a real person coming after you and not an AI, because ultimately, you guys, the alien in Alien Isolation, as cool as it is and as scary as it looks running around, it's still an AI. I mean, it's like you can still outsmart it. Because basically, okay, here's what you could do in Alien, you guys, that I thought was kind of cheap, but it works the way it works because that's the only way it can work in that game. Was you could crouch down. I can't crouch down in here, you guys, but pretend I'm crouched down around this table. Anybody, if Jason walked through that front door right now, he would see me crouching behind the table. Obviously, a player is going to see somebody being stupid behind the table. But in Alien Isolation, you guys, if I crouch down around this table and the alien walked through that door right now, it would go straight through, and I would do this, crouch down, and he would walk right on by, and then he would walk down the hallway, and then he would come right back down and come this way, and I would do this, and he would walk around the table, and I would do this, still crouched around the table, and he won't see me, and then he'll leave the room after that. You know, that's how the AI works. You can outsmart it, but in this, it's not going to work the same way. So it's interesting to see how people play, both Jason and the counselors, once they get used to it and shit hits the fan. I think once players get used to how to play, shit is really going to amp up. Like, it's going to be crazy. My favorite kill from the movie? Okay, I'm going to go off of my favorite kill when I was a kid growing up, you guys, because it's not fair to pick now in my adulthood. My favorite kill growing up, and was always my favorite kill, and the one that kind of made me feel the pain the most, was the kill off of Friday the 13th, Jason Takes Manhattan, the rock in the chest. That kill when I was a kid, you guys, for many years, stuck in my head, scared the absolute shit out of me. The reason why is because this guy was caught completely off guard. He wasn't running. He wasn't scared. He was in a normal frame of mind. And then immediately you're just in immense pain from a rock being shoved down into your chest? That's got to be the worst fucking thing ever. Like, there was no fear level. There was no build of fear for him. Like, he just died. This guy didn't even know who Jason was. It could have been his friend, his boxing friend, for all he knows, that came in and shoved a rock in his chest. He don't know who did it. Like, that's scary. If somebody's fucking killing you, you don't know who the fuck it is. But I mean, that's the last thing on his mind while he's dying, but still. Yeah, that kill, that was it. That was it for me. I mean, the sleeping bag kill was cool, you guys, but that rock in the chest, though. There's not going to be any pictures, you guys, this time. There's not going to be any. This was all you guys getting to ask questions this time. and basically my thoughts on theories and stuff. There is no new pictures really. They're on the beta now, you guys. I think pictures and stuff are done for now. So, Nick, or anybody else, do you guys have any other questions, theories, whatnot? You guys asked some good questions, man. We talked about a lot. It's been about an hour now, you guys. We talked about a lot on this stream. Really cool stuff, too. And see, that's the thing that really has me amped up, you guys, about the game. Is see, in Dead by Daylight, there's no fear. Fear did not play a mechanic at all in Dead by Daylight, but in this game, fear is going to play a mechanic, and it's going to determine whether you're going to live or die. Your ultimate enemy in this game is fear, and it's cool because that's also going to translate into you, the real person, I think. If they do it right, the fear in the game will translate to you, the player, and that is what I'm really stoked for. The most. Oh yeah, some people were. We didn't talk about that yet. I'm surprised that nobody brought that up first thing. The beta is short, you guys, for open public beta, and it takes place during a weekday. If it were me, the thing why they can't extend it into the weekend, you guys. The reason why they can't, that nobody has really noticed yet, is because it's Christmas weekend, you guys. Gun Media and Ilphonic, you guys, they are human beings. They have to go see their family for Christmas. And if you guys, you guys should be able to understand that. People have to see their family for Christmas and have Christmas. They're not going to be in their offices slaving over this game during Christmas. Maybe Christmas Eve? I don't know. We will have to see, you guys. But I do understand why they're not doing it over the weekend. Maybe they can postpone it and then do it again later after that, but I don't know. Ishmael, you can't come in here begging for subs, man. It just gets you a ban. All right, Nick Martin. Take care, man. Thanks for stopping in. Always good. You guys, I don't want to leave this live stream now. Come on, you guys. Ask some questions. This is the last campfire discussion, you guys. This is the absolute last campfire discussion before we move into the game. Unless something crazy happens. But I don't see that happening. I mean, I want you guys to ask and theorize. Get it all out. In this stream, you guys, get it all out, because this is why I'm gonna try to make this a little bit longer than usual, because I have a feeling that this one right here is definitely gonna be it. If I come out with another discussion, I'll be surprised. I can't tell you about Jason, Nikki, because I haven't played it yet. And if you mean Jason from the movies, you'll have to go watch the movies first. That's your homework. You got to go watch all the movies 1 through 8, at least. The Latin Swallow. Crunchy Frog, what are you talking about? How can Jason teleport? Now, you guys, nobody's still sure of that yet. I can't answer that. Now, that might be something that they're saving for you guys, to see how it works. But I imagine that the teleporting will be balanced. It's not going to be something you can use willy-nilly like crazy, hopefully. I hope not. But because it would be kind of really annoying if Jason could just keep teleporting closer and closer and closer to you like every time. But yeah, like the teleporting, I'm sure they have it on a cooldown. I'm sure it's balanced. So, I imagine that he may not be able to teleport too close to you. We will have to see. I think the teleporting, you guys, is more going to be for strategy and setting up how you want to approach a counselor rather than using it to get a kill in. I don't think, hopefully, I don't think you're going to be able to use the teleporting to make your kill. I think the teleporting is going to be to catch somebody off guard. So say if they're running away from you and they decide to take a swim in the crystal lake, and they're swimming across and they're going to get to the other side. Well, while they reach the other side, Jason could easily just teleport to the shore and be standing there waiting for you to get out of the water. That kind of thing, you know, you're going to be using it to set Jason up for an approach, I think, is how possibly the teleporting. Any other way, you guys, any other way, and it would be OP. It would be something that people are just going to get really annoyed with, I think, because it would be unfair. Say if somebody's right here where this tree is, and I'm like way the hell like off in the distance somewhere, and if I just teleported to where, like, say right here where this tent is, and I'm able to just fucking walk over here and grab them, that would be a little cheap. That would be a little cheap if I could just teleport close to them. That is more appropriate would be if somebody was running from me and then I could teleport to, say, like right here, and then now I have an approach. Their back is turned to me. I can quickly walk over to them while their back is turned if they're not running. But if they're running, then I'm gonna have to teleport. If they're running, you got to think about this shit, you guys. If they're running, say they're running towards the cabin, well then I'm gonna teleport from back here to possibly over to the other side of the cabin, so I can at least cut them off in some way to build an approach. So Jason will have that teleporting thing going on, but I don't think it's going to be where he's going to be blinking in front of you or blinking away from you, and it's going to be ridiculous. I hope not, you guys, but I think it's going to be more of a person teleporting to set themselves up for an attack. You know, that's what I think. That's what I think how it's going to work. Yeah, if anybody asked, can Jason see you inside the cabins? He's not going to be able to see you inside the cabins. Ilphonic has explained it, that when Jason's hunting you, this was in the E3 too, you guys. You know, like, I'm not sure exactly if they've changed it or anything, but in the E3 demo, when Jason's hunting you, if your fear level is really high, he can, I guess when you're outside, he can kind of sense you. But when you go into a cabin, the entire cabin will be highlighted. Think of it as the Nintendo game, you guys. Think of it as the Nintendo game again. What happens when Jason's in a cabin? Or, yeah, that's it. That's how it's going to be. When Jason's in a cabin and he's hunting for you, and you go into a cabin, the whole something. Like, I think the cabin might highlight. I don't know if it's going to be like it was in the E3 demo, but the cabin will highlight. And then Jason's not going to be able to just see you in there. The cabin will be lit up, but he's going to have to physically now walk inside the cabin and go looking for you. So that might take a while. And as you know, you don't have forever to be looking for somebody. So I'd imagine if you found a good hiding spot, or you don't even have to find a legit hiding spot. You could just, like, if it's dark enough, you could just totally find something to stand behind if you're that good, or if there's anything in the cabin that I don't know if there'll be anything in the, like this, for example, if you were able to get behind it and maybe he walks in and doesn't look to the left right away and he walks too far in, and so you're like, okay, I'm getting the hell out of here. Of course, he's going to turn around and fucking figure out where you're at, but you can get the hell out of the cabin at least, you know. So those types of scenarios. Let's see Jason. Well, I can't show you him moving, but I can show you the models downstairs. Well, the camp, Jamel31072, the camp is going to be a map, so it's one camp. So he can't teleport between camps. It's just the map is going to be one entire camp. Now, you mean in cabins? He can't teleport. Jason cannot tell. That I do know, because people have asked the question a lot. Jason will not be able to teleport inside of cabins, you guys. He can't just all of a sudden you go into a cabin and he gets to teleport inside and find you. Then definitely not. he'll be able to teleport around the map. Like again, to set himself up. So you'll be able to, I imagine you'd be able to teleport anywhere on the map, but it's not going to be something that you can abuse and use to catch people. Hopefully not. That's my hope on that, because doing that would really chase people off. I don't think that would, being able to use the teleport too many times to catch somebody, that would be really kind of distasteful to me. And if they don't cool it down, I'm imagining it's gonna have a cooldown, you guys, like a major cooldown on it. Like you can use it, but once you use it, that's your choice. You gotta be really sure about your choice with Jason, so that way when you do teleport, you're gonna be waiting a couple of minutes, maybe a few seconds, maybe a minute at the most, to use it again. But here's the thing, maybe like when a counselor is scared, maybe if you can feed off of somebody's fear, that would be really cool if Jason feeds off the fear. I don't know if he feeds off the fear, but I know he can detect the fear. I don't know if he feeds off of it. But if Jason can somehow maybe grab a perk or an item to feed off of people's fear to enhance his own abilities, that would be kind of cool. So if somebody's absolutely fucking scared of him and things are going crazy for that person and their fear is just off the wall, like 100%. Jason can feed off of that, and now he can teleport maybe a little bit faster, maybe a little bit more often to catch this person. But even still, it should never be about using the teleport to just teleport beside them and just all of a sudden catch them. I think it should only be, doesn't matter what you're using it for, it should always be kept far enough away from the people, from the counselors maybe, to set yourself up to approach them, but never to just grab them. Gavin Glass has just subscribed. Oh, Ryan Martin, I don't know if that kind of stuff will be going on. That's a lot of work that you're talking about right there, just in that one sentence. Ryan Martin wants to be able to grab somebody through the steps, but there's not going to be any steps. There might be steps there's going to be steps in the Higgins Haven, but I don't think it's going to work that way. Jason has to come in contact with you face to face. Unless maybe you're on the other side of a breakable wall, then maybe if he's in rage, I would imagine he could do that. But I don't think there's going to be anything like pulling somebody down through stairs or pulling somebody down the stairs. That's a lot of animation, you guys. That's like probably motion capture they haven't done yet. Maybe in time, if the game gets really huge, they can add that kind of stuff. But in the beginning, I don't think there's going to be any of that. Future DLCs, yes, they have talked about that. It all depends on the game's success, you guys. But if the game is successful and it does well, DLC maps, we're talking Jason Takes Manhattan, more Jason models, maybe more counselors, more items, more abilities, more kills, more perks, maybe new ways to level up. Kazuya Mashima has just subscribed. Friday the 13th. Okay, so yeah, upgrades, abilities, perks, all that good stuff, maybe enhancements to the game, polishing the game more, all that stuff, you guys, will be determined by the success of the release and the beta. We will see. The Mashed Potato 9000 has just subscribed. Amazing. Yeah, that would be something I'm really looking forward to, you guys, is the Manhattan map. Because if I'm really, like, one thing that would freak me out the most, you guys, running around in those sewers. Running around in the sewers. Like, if we had a sewer map, like, I don't know how it would work because the sewer is very closed in and claustrophobic and linear in a way, I guess, when they were running around in there. I mean, maybe there'll be lots of paths. That's the thing. It'll be like a giant maze. I don't know how you would escape. They're not going to be any vehicles in the sewer. Maybe Ilphonic Gun Media will be able to come up with new objectives on these new maps. See, on every map it'll be maybe a different story, you guys. That'll be kind of cool. On Crystal Lake, Higgins Haven, maybe you got to fix the vehicle, call the cops, and escape in various ways. But maybe when Jason Takes Manhattan DLC comes out, getting off of the boat, getting out of the tunnels, and getting through the city might be a totally different experience. It's not going to be about starting cars now and calling the police, because you can't in the Jason Takes Manhattan maps. Now that is going to introduce new ways of escape. Can you get the lifeboat down? Maybe you got to get a life preserver first and do something with the lifeboat in order to get off the boat, because Jason's hunting you on the boat. You have a time limit. If the time limit runs out, if the time limit runs out, the boat, thank you for subscribing, the boat will sink, obviously, and so you have a time limit. Maybe the round could start right when Jason hits that alarm. Bam! Everybody figures out that the boat is sinking. Some people have died on the boat already. You have the 7 survivors left on the boat. How perfect does this sound, you guys? 7 survivors left on the boat. You need to fucking search around the boat, get the fucking shit you need, and get the hell off the boat while it's raining and storming. In that map, you wouldn't be able to turn it off. In that map, you would not be able to turn off the rain and the thunder, whatever. That would be fucking scary, you guys. The dance floor, you'd be able to walk in the room, maybe see the guy with the rock still stuck in his chest in the hot sauna room. Like, I'm telling you guys, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. You can see the Chinese girl, like maybe you go into the dance floor and there's the Chinese girl on the ground dead already. Can you imagine you get to the dance floor and Jason starts teleporting and shit? I would lose it. I would lose it, you guys. And you go in there and maybe they got the same track somehow playing. I don't know how they would recreate that track, but yeah, that would be amazing, you guys. And then, like, the sewer tunnels would be a wholly different play mechanic down in that map. And then, of course, you'd have, like, the alleyways in the city itself, which that would be kind of crazy. Jason chasing you. I don't know how they'd be able to. They're going to need a big team. You guys, this is going to be Ilphonic and Gun Media, and they're going to have to expand their team to get all these kinds of things done. And, again, that revolves around the game being successful. So, we will see. We will see. But Riley Hogan, I know, but this one will be the last cabin chat for sure. I've said it. There's only 5 days left to the beta. I think the next thing, unless something absolutely crazy happens, you guys, I don't think that there's going to be another stream about cabin conversations, campfire chats. This might be the last time we get to stand around this campfire, you guys, because I think when we get into the beta, I don't think there's going to be many people standing around the campfire too often. Maybe I can do it while people are dying. I can stand around the campfire and have a short conversation while we're playing the game, but I don't know if it's going to last that long. We will have to reminisce by the actual in-game campfire when that game starts in just a few days, you guys. Blade Blaster 727 has just subscribed. That reminds me of the trailer, you guys, from the first original theatrical trailer for Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th. The game. All right. But yeah, you guys. Is anybody else? Let me see. Let me read up the chat real quick. They should put Muffin. Nick, I am about that 100%. You guys, if they stick Muffin in here, Muffin can be dead. I mean, because I don't think we're going to see an alive Muffin running around. But if we happen to run across a dead Muffin in the woods, you guys, I tell you, I will freak out. If the developers listen to this and put Muffin, please to God, I hope some of Ilphonic know who Muffin is. If there is no Muffin love, and I don't find Muffin's poor little dead body in the woods somewhere, I am going to be very angry. No. I would love to see Muffin somewhere in the woods, you guys, but I will be very sad because Muffin will be dead and not alive. I will be very sad. Alright, let me scroll up in the chat here, you guys. Will Feldman has his angels with him in the game? Angels? I don't know. Can Jason throw weapons? I have no idea at this point. Will this game play like Manhunt? It will not play like Manhunt. It will not. It's going to be a totally different kind of experience, you guys. Now, in terms for Jason, it might play for Manhunt. But for the counselors, no. For the counselors, it's just going to be a matter of survival. Now, for Manhunt, hunting people down, because you're playing with real people, you guys, it's going to be a major different. It's not going to be like Manhunt, I don't think. Because like Jason hunts people down, so that in itself might feel like Manhunt, but actually when it comes to killing them, I think it might be a whole different thing. I mean, you'll get that Hitman Manhunt kind of vibe, I'm sure, as you're hunting people down, but I think it's going to be kind of a different experience. It's going to be, I think Gunn and Ilphonic will put their own kind of stamp on the way that you play Jason, and it's just going to feel, it's not going to feel like Manhunt, it's not going to feel like Hitman, it's going to feel like Friday the 13th. It's going to be Jason. It's going to feel different than those games. Somebody is subscribed. Who is that? Vinicus Fernando's or Vicious Fernando's. Thank you for subscribing. Yeah, they'll probably George or Jorge Gutierrez. Jason will probably be able to throw something, I'd imagine. Because if they have abilities and perks, you guys, I'd imagine that at least one of the Jasons would have some kind of. Now, you guys, if Part 6 Jason doesn't have a throwing knife, he even has the belt on. He has to have the throwing knives, you guys. He's got to. I mean, look at this. I don't know if it's gonna like. Let's predict that he has throwing knives for a second. Now, if he throws a throwing knife, I wonder if it depends on where you hit the counselor. Can you aim? Because if you hit them, if you throw it at them, I wonder if it's gonna be like. Let's just say there's throwing knives again. It's just a theory. Let's say he has, see, his throwing knives are right there, you guys, in his pocket. He has like 3 of them. So let's say you can throw them bitches. I don't know if that's a throwing knife, but it looks like something. But let's say he can throw them. Can you aim it? Like, is it just going to hit somebody and then they get injured? Or is it going to be an insta-kill? Or is it going to be an insta-kill depending on where you hit them if you can aim it? That's my question. That'd be kind of cool. But, yeah, I think that Jason 6... he's got to have something, you guys. Garrett Faber, you can unsubscribe. Goodbye. Thanks for visiting. He don't... Do I like what so far? Fatalities, Jason's kill video. Yeah, it was pretty awesome, you guys, and that's not even all the kills. Like, according to Tom Savini, that was only like a small handful of kills that we saw in the kill panel that he did at PAX. Britman13. Thank you for subscribing. So, yeah, you guys, I think that just about cover. If you guys want to talk about anything else, go right ahead, because, again, I'm giving you guys a little extra time this time because this is the last cabin campfire discussion. The next time we meet, you guys, I think it's going to be inside the actual game. Now, you guys, I will be in the Friends and Family beta when it comes out. I won't be able to stream that, unfortunately. It's going to be on the 18th and 19th, I believe. I won't be able to stream that, you guys. And unfortunately, I can't talk to you about it either. But when we come in on the 20th, all bets are off. I will open up. We will play it. I will stream it. And we will get to see if it is what you guys lived up to the hype. All right, now remember, you guys, too, as I say that, remember that it is the beta. So you're going to see things that still need to be balanced. You're going to see things, when I do play it on the 20th, you're going to probably see things that are irritating me, because you guys know I'm very honest when I play games. As much as I talk up the game, you guys, as much as I brag about the game, and as much as we want to help out, I'm very honest. So when we go in there, you're going to hear me get frustrated at things probably, but that's the purpose of the beta. That's exactly what's supposed to happen. They want to hear these things that frustrate players. They want to see what you're having a problem with, what may be an issue, what may not be working right, what is bugging out. There might be glitches. So just keep that in mind, you guys. Going with them absolutely low expectations or medium expectations. Just take it and digest it, and you'll be able to see where things can be fixed or altered. That's with any beta, you guys. There has not been any beta release that I've ever watched or played that was not, like, even Dead by Daylight. You saw how that was just a little bit too broken. That game, it was a little bit too, that was too much of it. That game was still an alpha when they brought it out on the fucking, but anyway, yeah, there's gonna be things, you guys, that are gonna be frustrating, maybe a little bit of a distraction from the actual gameplay, the immersion. It might be a little bit distraction, it might throw you off a little bit, but those are the things that they want to fix. So that's the whole point of the beta. You'll be able to access Christopher Turner, the beta, if you pre-ordered the game. If you haven't, go ahead and pre-order it now. Remember, you guys, the beta is only on PC. Again, if you can pre-order the game on PS4 and Xbox, you'll get a beta code, but it's going to be a PC beta code. So just keep that in mind. Beta is only on PC. Will I play as I'm sure, Justin, for the majority of players are probably gonna pick counselors, because you're not really gonna, at least unless they change it, you're not gonna have an option to play as who you want to play. I mean, like, if you want to play as a counselor, you could probably play. You can vote in to be Jason, but the game ultimately picks who is going to be Jason. I don't know what kind of a system goes on underneath, but I don't know what system's going to happen underneath, how it's going to roll the dice. Maybe somebody that plays Jason a lot will be opted in to be Jason more often than a counselor. I don't know how the algorithm is going to work for how people are picked to play Jason. I know it is an opt-in. You have to opt in to be Jason, and then there's a roll of the dice. Somebody's Jason. Like, that's I haven't played it, you guys, so we will see pretty soon. You guys, be nice to each other in the chat room, please. Yeah, you guys, all this information that I'm giving you comes from Wes Keltner and the team, and this is stuff that they've said in their Twitter during personal discussions with them that I'm allowed to talk about, and because I did sign an NDA, so there's some stuff I can't tell you guys. Most of the stuff you already know, like Tommy Jarvis was a big one. Tommy Jarvis was the biggest. I couldn't talk to you guys about that, but now he's out in the open and we can talk about him. But there's still a lot of things I don't even know, you guys. There's a lot of things hidden. They want to keep everything a surprise for players. Even in the beta, you guys, even in the beta, there's not everything is not going to be 100% unlocked in the beta. There's only going to be maybe 4, maybe 3 counselors that you can play at the most. There's only going to be a few Jasons you can play. Not all the kills are going to be unlocked. Not all the items are going to be unlocked. Not all the weapons are going to be unlocked. There's only going to be one map. And it's the stuff is going to be very limited to the beta, you guys. So they want to still keep surprises, even for me, for, you know, like when the beta comes out, I'm not going to see everything. We'll be able to see. It's just to give us an idea of how the game, what their view is. We're going to see what their view is of this game and what they're trying to do to the players. They're trying to scare the shit out of us, you guys. That is their ultimate #1 goal. Can they achieve it? And that is the question. Nikki Biggers, please go watch the movies. That's all I can tell you. Deimos, yes, I will be playing the Friends and Family beta. Now, again, you guys, I know some of you are just now getting into the stream, so apologize for some of you that have been in here already that I've answered the question 2 or 3 times. But yes, I will be playing in the Friends and Family beta, but you guys, I will not be streaming that. On the 18th and 19th, I'm not allowed to stream that. Now, on the 20th, I will be back, and to stream those, I will be back streaming, and it will be Friday the 13th. And for as long as they let us play the game, you guys, that is how long I will be streaming it every day. Unless something keeps me from doing that. But yes, on the 20th is when we start streaming the game. And then the Friends and Family starts on the 18th. Yes, again, for PC only, you guys, for the beta, for the entire beta. Can Jason be AI controlled? No. Not at least not at this moment. The counselors and Jason are all human players, actual players in the game. Jason being an AI to the human counselors, that could happen later down the road, you guys, but it's not something that's going to be, I don't imagine that being anything that's going to be released day one. You guys, I'm really wondering how the sleeping bag kill is going to work in the game, because who in the hell is going to be hiding in a sleeping bag? Like, really? I mean, if I'm Jason, you guys, I think it's going to be a very rare kill. They're going to have to implement it very, I mean, not unless, I don't know, you guys. Me as a player, I'm never hiding in a sleeping bag. That's kind of dumb. Who is going to go and get in a sleeping bag? Jason's going to see this big lump in the sleeping bag and walk over and kill it. No, but I don't understand how it's going to work, but we'll see. Yeah, unless Jason can walk over to the sleeping bag and put somebody in the sleeping bag just so he can kill them, which would be really silly, I think. I don't know how the sleeping bag kill is going to work, because who in their right mind is going to go outside and get in a sleeping bag? But yeah, so there's some kills, you guys. I guess they're gonna be a little bit more rarer than other kills, but maybe one day you might find that dum or the 10-year-old that's playing the game, and then they're not really too smart on what to do. Maybe it's their first time playing, so they get in a sleeping bag. Then you would have that lucky chance to pick up the sleeping bag and do your thing. But I don't think that would be... Like, that's the last place I would hide. I imagine myself not hiding too much in this game, you guys. Unless it actually becomes an effective mechanic. But I don't know. Like, we'll see. I just picture hiding places to be suicide at the moment. Just like C. Kenny tried to hide, you guys, and didn't work out so much for him, did it? Kenny did not have a good time. Poor Kenny. Poor Kenny. I'll just leave this screen up right here. Nobody knows how attacks or stuff works with the survivors, you guys, because nobody's played the game yet. So gameplay specific things, I really can't tell you about it because nobody has seen the game, how it works, and how you fight. I'd imagine fighting Jason would be very, very difficult, but in times of need... Okay, you guys, think about White Noise 2 for a second. You remember how you have to have somebody there? I would imagine that would probably be the best time to hit Jason, is if you have somebody there and maybe Jason comes and I don't know if he kills you on the spot right away. I think he might grab you first, but I don't know if he kills you right away. But having somebody close by to then run over and smack him maybe when he's messing with somebody else. That'll be the right, but in terms of like going head to head against Jason 1-on-1, I don't know if that's gonna work out so great unless for some reason they make it to where you can with a powerful counselor. But I guess that's something we're gonna have to learn and find out, you guys, as we play it when the beta comes out. If we get enough time, see, I don't even know if 3 days is gonna be enough time to learn all that stuff, but we will see. We will see. Slick Trill, I highly doubt that anybody's gonna play that way. If somebody's going over to if Jason puts a dead victim in a sleeping bag, I really highly doubt, especially me as a player, I'm not about to go over there and check it. I can see it from 20, 30 feet away that somebody's dead in it, so that means I'm not going over there. I'm not going to be dumb enough. I would never be dumb enough to walk over and look at it and then if anything, get in it afterwards, but I don't think they get in it. But I wouldn't go over to if I walked up to the sleeping bag, unless you can't see that somebody's in the sleeping bag. Maybe you're trying to hide there and there's already a dead body in there, but then Jason wouldn't be able to use a sleeping bag. So I don't know how it's going to be implemented in. But all right, you guys, we're going to tie it down. I'm looking over at the last few questions. We're going to run this live stream into the end zone. Oh, Shelly? Well, Shelly's basically the new guy, the nerdy guy. What's his name? I can't even remember his something Lapraka, something Laprapa, Lachapa. That's Shelly, the fat guy with the smile on his face. Is there an AI Jason? No, there is not an AI Jason. Eric LaChapa, that's him. I might have to try Eric out, you guys. I don't know if he's gonna be in the beta or not, but I think my favorite character, though, you guys, Rocker Chick and Bubsy. If I had to have two opposites, if I had to have two major opposites, the Rocker Chick and then Bubsy on the opposite end. Those would be my two, I think, favorite counselors. But all right, you guys, we're gonna go ahead and end out this stream, and you guys, the next time we jump back in here, it's gonna be for real. I'm excited. It's going to be for realsies. So, all right, you guys, let's have a seat by the fire and say our goodbyes to the campfire discussions. And I will leave you guys with some outro music. Thank you guys, those of you that have visited and watched and listened. Bubble Boy, thank you for subscribing. Those of you that have watched and listened to every one of my live streams about the cabin updates and the little discussions that we started here. Some of you have been to every one of them. Some of you have watched every one of them. Thank you guys for sticking with it. When we jump in the game, we will see what goes down. Is it what we were dreaming of? Is it going to be what we were imagining? And what can we find to help IllFonic and Gun Media make this a better experience for everybody? That is what we're going to be doing in the next few days when we start playing the beta, you guys. This is not to play the game and be greedy and, oh yeah, now I get to play the game finally. This is not something done for IllFonic and Gun Media to amuse us, you guys. I mean, it is, but it's also for them to seriously take all these technical issues, put them in a plate or in a pot, and fix it and improve on what is probably already going to be fucking amazing. But all right, you guys, I'll see you later. Until next time. Let's do the other song. There we go.
Your heart's beating faster, your blood runs cold. You're haunted by visions of the stories they told. There's a master assailant.
Oh. You guys want that song to go an outro. Okay. I know what everybody wants. Since we can't have movie night anymore, you guys, I will give you the song you asked for to end this off with. I know what everybody wants to hear as the final campfire discussion, so let's do it.
Wake up, middle of the night, screaming my brains out. Get high, middle of the afternoon. No way, can't stop thinking about you.
Trigger Trey, what's going on? Trigger Trey, you're late. Alright, everybody. Trigger Trey. Everybody in the chat. Happy Friday the 13th.
Wait a second. Court, you didn't already.
Oh, come on, wasn't that the end of the song?
Great. Great.
I'll see you guys at Camp Crystal Lake, Higgins Haven, soon.